When you're putting a scrambled egg in the thing, it's oil on the pan, bro. You're frying the thing, bro.
You're hearing it?
Yeah.
You get a little oil in your face and then thing, yeah.
Exactly, what's scrambled egg?
No, I had a normal egg today. What do you call it when you just have it?
Fried egg.
Or it's just, you just dip it in.
What?
I'm speaking no English. You just crack it into the...
Yeah, that's a fried egg.
That's what I had to do.
It's the flex.
Do you want me to sit up?
No, you're good.
No.
Sit up, bro. If you're in the army.
No, bro, I feel good like this, bro. This
Feel
is my
good,
this is
feel
this is my
good.
debating thing.
Is that your debating pose?
What does it say? Feel good what?
Is that your debating pose?
Yeah, it is. But what did you say before that?
Feel good.
Feel good?
Do good.
Do good.
You know the first time me and Sabe met, he headbutted me in the balls and I punched him in the face.
No, you punched me in my face first, then I headbutted you in the balls.
This is the first time we ever came
Yeah,
across each other. It was destined for greatness, man. Gary Neville
Oh.
recently came out and accused other athletes in the past and foreign athletes of doping allegations, of being drugged
I
up,
hear this,
steroids, all performance enhancing drugs,
Yeah.
all that shabazz.
And I believe him.
You believe him?
100%.
Roy Keane seemed to believe him as well, and he played alongside him.
100%.
So what I'd like to discuss today is
Yeah.
the top 5 top scandals in sports history.
Yeah.
So this is just during, maybe in a football match, this could be post their career,
Yeah.
during their career. We're going to run down a top 5 and in relation to what we love, football.
Yeah.
So we tried a couple football ones in there,
Yeah.
but most of it will be a mix of different sports.
Yeah.
One sport I thought we'd never cover, but we're going to get into it. So this week's episode and this video will be the top 5 ultimate scandals in sports history.
Mad.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I think I am.
By the way, before we get into anything,
Yeah.
I know sometimes in rap videos there's a disclaimer that says
drill videos, yeah.
this is for drill videos in
Yeah.
particular. This is fake. All the guns in here are props.
Yeah.
All the equipment you see
The
are props.
disclaimer.
It's all lies.
Yeah.
This is the disclaimer to say everything is facts.
Yeah.
We are not lying.
Yeah.
There is no allegeds in this.
Yeah.
This is all real life.
Uh-huh.
They've either gone to trial, they've either been accused publicly, they've either come out publicly to apologize.
Yeah.
This is all facts.
Yeah.
So please, no one come for us. No defamation, no suing.
Yeah.
We are completely honest here on this podcast.
100%.
And this is all public information. So
Yep.
disclaimer, everything
it
in this
up.
video is fact.
Fact is
Coming in at number 5 and coming in hot.
hot.
We start this list with a sport I thought we would never ever cover, Sahib.
What's that? Tennis.
Figure skating. No, we'll cover tennis at some point. A bit of Djokovic, Nadal, do you know what I mean? The business behind it. Scandal involves Nancy Kerrigan, an American figure skater, and a rival for many years, Tonya Harding. Weeks before the 1994 Winter Olympics, where both women were competing for gold, Nancy Carrington was attacked after a practice session in Detroit.
That's mad.
It gets worse. The person who attacked Nancy was associated with Tonya Harding's ex-husband.
It was a setup.
So stick with me here, yeah? Don't lose me, people. The person who attacked Nancy
Yeah.
was associated with Tonya Harding's ex-husband.
That's mad.
So
were they
not the
together at the time?
ex-husband, the friend of the ex-husband.
Were they together at the time?
They were together at the
Oh,
time.
okay,
So this
yeah.
makes it even more complicated.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah.
So there's a video where Nancy's finished skating for her practice drill for the day and she's left the ice rink and she's walking out into the tunnel.
yeah.
The video goes black and it resumes with her on the floor screaming in pain.
So what? The lights out in the ring, whatever.
It just
went.
the video blacks out. I don't know what happens in that time, but it just blacks out and it
That's
resumes
mad.
with her on the floor.
Yeah.
All you see is her screaming, holding her leg. Why God? Why God? Why? She's literally whelping. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just how she was acting.
Like you mean to be disrespectful, but
No, I'm not. She was whelping. Remove that. She was whelping on the ground, screaming, "Why God? Why?" Crying in pain.
No, put the voice.
The
It sounded better.
The doctors run over to her. What happened? What happened? I've been hit with a baton. Someone's hit me with a big metal pole. I don't know why. Why would they do this to me?
And of
Why?
course the
Why?
aftermath
Why?
was,
Who done this? Why was this? Why did this take place? What the hell is going on?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah.
The scandal added fuel to the fire as Nancy miraculously was able to recover and she participated at the end in the Winter Olympics.
Oh, so she recovered?
She recovered.
We
Went to the
never beat her
Olympics
enough.
weeks later, earning a silver. So she was desperate for the gold, but of course with all the injuries
She's
that
gonna
happened,
blame it now on that.
She didn't blame it on it, but it's a valid reason.
Yeah.
You were attacked weeks before the
Brother,
event.
if you're gonna, I'm not, and I don't mean. Listen.
Here we go. You're trying to get us cancelled.
No. Disclaimer as well. If you're gonna do something like that, make sure the person ain't walking for the next year, bro. Like, what was the point? You beat her, she still won silver, bro. And Did the other athlete compete as well?
Once it was revealed that it was the best friend of the ex-husband of Tanya,
Yeah.
her rival. Tanya was then put on trial by the public and by the justice system.
Yeah.
So she was public enemy number one in America. Everyone
I'm not
hated
guilty
her.
all the way. It weren't me.
So she went on about. So that was her thing the whole way. I'm not guilty. I didn't do this. I had nothing to do with it. But once it was released, as I said, there was an association with her and the attacker. She was put in a hard place. So her reputation was damaged. I don't think she ever competed again.
Yeah.
But Tonya was stuck in a situation where her rival's gone on to win the silver, injured,
And she never done
she's
that.
back at home in America. Her reputation destroyed and on trial for this attack. In 1994, Tonya Harding pled guilty to conspiring to hinder the prosecution of Nancy's attackers. So she didn't plead guilty to having any involvement in the actual situation that occurred,
so
but she did plead guilty to preventing the courts from finding out the truth. Make that of what you will. So after she pled guilty to conspiring to hinder the prosecution of Nancy's attackers, Tanya was sentenced to 3 years probation.
Okay.
So she was let off the hook in somewhat. With no
suspended
jail time,
sentence?
just suspended sentence.
She
But
has to
as
be-
I said,
she
her
has to be- she has to
reputation
be a
took
good-
more of a hit.
She has to be a good girl for 3
Yeah,
years.
exactly. But the man who attacked Nancy was Jeff Gillooly. And to be honest with your last name like that, he deserves to go to jail. He pled guilty to racketeering for his role in the assault. All right, coming in at number 4.
Go on.
Things get a bit more serious here.
Yes. Breathe.
At number 4, this includes the legendary, the GOAT of golf,
Oh, go.
Tiger Woods.
Mr. Tiger.
Ladies and
What's he
gentlemen,
done?
money and fame can do a lot to a man or to a woman.
Yeah.
And it affects even some of the very best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
You might be mentally disciplined, you might be ready, locked in,
Yeah.
but when you have all those distractions around you, it could just take a single moment to change your life forever.
Tell
But
me,
when it
what's-
comes to
what's he
Tiger
done?
Woods, there was more than just one single moment.
That's it.
In Thanksgiving 2009, Tiger Woods was chased out of his house by his then wife, Ellen Norgeden. And he was chased out of his home by his then wife. And guess with what? Choose what would be your weapon of choice if you're chasing someone out of the
Don't
house?
tell me that. God.
A golf club.
That's it. The irony. The irony.
News broke of the incident when Tiger Woods was escaping his angry wife. He crashed his Escalade into a fire hydrant.
Oh, what a mess. What a
So to be honest
mess.
with you, that whole scenario might not have even gone public if it wasn't for the fact he crashed into a fire hydrant.
So what, our reporters just there ready for them?
They are
Like,
hungry
outside his house.
eaters. They can sniff a problem.
That's mad.
They're always there on scene,
Yeah,
ready.
that's mad.
Especially when you're Tiger Woods at the time,
Yeah.
a black athlete.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring you down.
Yeah.
So, and of course he's multi-millionaire. People who have hate towards him, they want to find any sort of dirt. They struck gold when this incident took place.
That's mad.
The reason for his wife's anger
Yeah.
was because she believed that Tiger Woods was cheating her with multiple women. Not
Not
one, multiple.
That's it. Not one.
These
Multiple.
include escorts,
Raw.
strippers,
Oh.
ladies of the night. Trying to be PG out here, people. Several women came out to major news channels having one-on-one interviews, 60 minutes, nights with interviews with Piers Morgan, all claiming that they were one of the women he slept with. So this is horrible PR. And as long as he tried to deny it, his name was getting dragged through the mud. So what happened? This led to a public apology from Tiger Woods in 2009.
Was it worth it? I think he would have said yes.
He might say yes.
Yeah, because maybe she was giving him a headache, bro. It all stems from somewhere.
There's an episode of South Park, they recreate what happened
Yeah.
and they make it seem like his wife was a lunatic. But at the time, of course, when you're angry, when you find out your partner's cheated on you,
Yeah.
you're going to be outraged.
Yeah.
But literally, they have in the episode, she's running around with a golf club. Because she's got Norway. You cheated on me, you lying bastard. It was the funniest episode. And when I was
my
researching
goodness.
this, it just all came back to my head. Since the cheating scandal, his career was never the same, unfortunately for him. But he did have some sort of redemption arc when he won the Masters tournament in 2019.
All right, so that's quite recent.
It's quite recent, but
Yeah.
bearing in mind he won 14 out of 17 majors while he was competing before the cheating scandal. But once the cheating scandal took place, he then had to retire, come back a year later, only to just win a tournament just a few years ago.
So, well, he was making money throughout the time, though.
He lost a ton of sponsorships. He took a hit, so he's lost all his sponsorships. On top of the fact he's then his wife taking money off him in the divorce. Is it worth it for some waitresses and ladies in the night? That's for him to tell us.
What if they're 10 out of 10, though?
I'm sure they were. Let's be real. I'm sure they were.
So they're 10 out of 10, bro. Are you not telling? I know you would, bro.
hey, what's this judgment? I'm going to say 100% as well. Tiger Woods, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
2009. I don't think he'll ever forget that day in his life.
That's mad. I don't think he celebrates Thanksgiving
No,
anymore.
he definitely doesn't. Number 3 for me in my head originally in the list was always going to be the scandal between John Terry
And
and
Wayne
Wayne
Bridge.
Bridge and the cheating scandal that took place.
He's had a few.
He's had more than a few scandals. That's just, I think, the tip of the iceberg. But notably with the incident with Anton Ferdinand,
The racism.
the selling of monkey NFTs on his
Yeah, I only
Twitter.
found out about that when you told me in the car. Oh my gosh.
And one scandal which I only found out about recently while researching this was the fact. Let me give you some information. This is what I'm telling you guys. We're different, and Class of 93 bring you that exclusivity. John Terry, while captain of Chelsea. So he was then captain of Chelsea, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's get that right.
Yeah.
Captain of Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, role model.
Legend, role model.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yeah.
John Terry was hosting evening private tours with him as the host to his friends and family. Okay, let's first of all, you think that's a bit weird. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, maybe he wants to just he's the Chelsea,
Bringing
he's
his
a Chelsea,
brethrens in
it's
to
his
see.
friends. Let's
Yeah.
give them experience. No, this is not some friendly experience. He was charging per head £10,000.
What? To his brethren.
His friends and family, bro.
And this is all money for himself. He's making money for himself.
Yes.
So he's ripping off his brethren.
Yes.
Oh Lord have mercy. What a character.
He then got a bit cocky with it.
Yeah.
And it started being +1s added. Friends
Yeah.
of a friend.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening down the line when you get complacent?
Yeah, you start
things
to make a
go wrong.
mistake. Yeah.
And what
Mistakes.
happened? He slipped up. Who got involved? This is this part is alleged.
Yeah.
Apparently there was private FA investigators
Yeah.
that basically got hold of this information and decided to go along to one of these tours.
Yeah.
So once they were in part of the tour, and he then asked them at the end for the £10,000, which he's charging for.
Yeah, it's mad.
By the way, at that time, I think he's making well over 100 grand a week.
Yeah, of course.
Chelsea
Chelsea
captain, England starter.
You've got to remember,
He's got
they won
world
the
at his
Champions
feet.
League. They were winning Premier
Winner of
Leagues,
Champions
yeah.
League,
Yeah.
multiple Premier League winner.
Yeah.
The FA acted as just normal friends of his family.
Yeah.
And they then, once he then asked them for the £10,000 payment, they told him, we are the FA investigators and this is going to a higher court. When I was reading back on the article now, it was happening at Rio the next day at the time. Carlo Ancelotti was the manager.
Hey, what a hustle, though. But
Yeah,
go on,
great
sorry.
hustle.
Yeah, go
Great
on.
hustle. Carlo Ancelotti was the manager. He just downplayed it. So this is all fake. None of this is
he has
true.
to.
This is my captain. He would never do it.
No, he has to.
So it was always alleged, but it was never materialized into anything serious. Number 3 is without one of the strangest stories I've ever come across. Mario Icardi and his betrayal of his then best friend and teammate Maxi Lopez. Of the dirt.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this.
he's a...
Okay. It was rumored that Icardi was sleeping with his best friend's teammate and wife, Wanda Nara. In 2013, Icardi and Wanda shamelessly went public with their relationship, confirming the rumors that Wanda was cheating on then husband, Maxi Lopez. The announcement shook up the footballing world, Harty, as well as just mutuals of the game. Everyone was thinking, what the hell is going on? Best friend, teammate, have some decorum, have some respect.
Yeah.
Have some morals. Like, what are we doing here?
I wouldn't have
You're a
done that.
multi-millionaire. Why would you go for your best friend's missus?
When you can go do
And at
anything.
least talk to him first.
Yeah, that's a...
Like, you know,
How
like,
would that
you know Love
conversation
Island.
go?
You know Love Island. Oh, mate, do you mind if I go
Have a
chat to
chat
you about
with
your...
your
Oh,
bad-
yeah,
that's
see if
ill.
my head gets turned. None of that. Straight to it.
that's insane.
All right. The announcement shook up the footballing world and ruined the friendship of Maxi Lopez and Icardi. But most importantly, ruining a family with 3 children included. Wanda and Maxi Lopez had 3 children at
He's
the
a
time.
dirtbag, bro.
So what does Icardi do in this situation once he's broken up a family with 3 children? The wife's now with him. The kids now live with him. They're now the happy family. Maxi Lopez is all alone at home.
He
in
took his
gaff.
children.
Took his children, mate. Maxi Lopez having to get visits on a Sunday to go check him. What did Icardi do to show love to the family? Icardi got a tattoo of Wanda and the 3 children.
His children. Not even his children.
So Icardi had a tattoo
Oh,
made
my
on his
Lord.
arm of Wanda and the her 3 children that she had with Icardi's then best friend, Maxi Lopez.
And they're still teammates.
They're still teammates.
It's
And
war.
I'm not sure if you remember at the time as well, the reason Icardi was a regular member of the Argentinian national
Yeah, I remember
team.
this. I remember. Yeah,
Messi
yeah,
is
yeah.
very close to Maxi Lopez. Messi has a bit of morals, a bit of ihtaram. What did he say?
Don't think so, but
Icardi can never be part of the national team again. He was banned. That's why Icardi, for all his talents, you never really saw him play often for the Argentinian national
Yeah, of
team.
course, yeah.
They kept on the raps for why,
Yeah.
but it's an obvious reason
yeah,
for it.
yeah, yeah. That's all of that's insane. That's madness.
What would you do if a best friend of yours done this something similar? What would you do?
I'm emming someone else. All right, look, you know, I can deal with my missus cheating on me. Yeah, if my missus cheating on me, it's safe. Me and her done. Go back to your dad's house, innit? That is cool. I'm gonna come pick up my kid. But for the person, if my brethren did it, yeah, and then my brethren took my kids, I think I disowned the kids as well, bro. Everyone gets disowned, bro.
So you let your best friend just live and you're
No,
disowning
but
the
that's
kids.
the thing. I feel like I'll M someone off, bro. I end up.
He's gotta go, he's gotta
Yeah,
go.
bro. Take my kids.
Take your kids.
And I got to see that every week when I come to pick them up.
So imagine a scenario, hypothetically, there might have been a scenario where they're both at training and maybe one does come to meet a Cardi and with the children and they all get in the car and Maxi Lopez just gets in the car behind on his own. Seeing his family just literally drive away. Every week.
Bruv, I'm not going to lie to you. Your arm's getting cut off for starters. I'll be real. Your arm's getting cut off. Bruv, I reckon I'll kill you. Well, I reckon I'll kill you.
I agree. You have every right.
I reckon I'll kill you. I'm sorry. Now I'll do and you know what? I'm a man that takes accountability for my actions. I'll go prison. It's not a problem.
That's
Do
the
you know
real
what I'm trying
man's
to say?
answer right there.
Yeah.
How did Maxi Lopez not go to catch a case for this? How did he not do anything about it?
So what? He did absolutely nothing.
From what I know, there's nothing on record.
But I have to say that
He carried on playing and Messi just banned a Cardi.
What does it go back to? What did I tell you last week? Athletes shouldn't be getting married or shouldn't have no girlfriends until their career is finished.
Look at Son.
What happened with Son?
He's militarized.
Oh, yeah.
His parents is not allowed to have family, nothing.
Brother, that's what I'm trying to say. Bro, later, are you mad? It's done for. No relationships, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's insane.
Finito. It's crazy.
Did they, and that's when that happened, did they not sell one of them straight away?
So the kids.
No. So the no, did the club sell one of the players?
Cardi, I think, left.
Yeah, he went to PSG.
Yeah,
no,
he went to swing. Went to
I
PSG.
forgot, yeah. Oh, that's insane.
Number 2 on the list can easily be number 1. However, number 1 is its own separate entity. It's a whole other world of issues that we'll get into in a second. So number 2 takes a respectful number 2 on our list.
Yeah.
Number 2, coming in hot, coming in fierce, is Ryan Giggs and his high-profile cheating scandal with his brother's wife, Natasha.
Don't do that, people.
The affair between Ryan Giggs and his brother's wife lasted for 8 years. I repeat, 8 long years.
And you didn't even get a hint of it. What a waste.
How
man.
oblivious.
What
And
a
to be fair,
waste,
he does
man.
look like a bit...
Yeah, he looks
not all there. So for Natasha, it might have been a little upgrade, you know what I mean? Well, it definitely was an upgrade.
Got the real brother.
But the real brother, please
The
stand
real
up.
Gigs.
The news went public when Ryan Giggs shamelessly filed for an injunction preventing the media from reporting on the story. Ferguson basically told him, look, I can get you this injunction from the media so they're not allowed to ever mention this.
I would do that
However,
as a manager as well.
before it was written in writing,
Yeah.
a lot of discussions were had between different parts of the team and media itself. Someone took note of this and leaked it out to the public.
United are known for leaks.
United love a leak.
Yeah.
So leaks happening back then. Do not blame Ten Hag. They were happening 20 years ago, people. Following the revelation, Rodri Giggs, Ryan's brother, filed for divorce. Makes sense.
What's his name?
Rodri. Rodri and Ryan.
Giggs. Wow.
This also put a massive strain on the Giggs family as members of the family were forced to pick sides. So you have the option of, should I go down the route of following Ryan, the no morals, no respect for anyone,
The breadwinner.
the breadwinner is a key part, the breadwinner, the cash mogul,
Yeah.
hundreds of millions up there.
Yeah.
Or would you go for little old Rodri?
Rodri, there's plenty more fish in the sea.
His family was torn. The Giggs family were in tatters.
I'm not gonna, that's nuts.
Rodri Giggs, fair play to him. You guys have laughed at his name and the situation. He took note of everyone laughing at him. What did he decide to do? He decided to have basically Paddy Power were releasing a lot of adverts at the time, and they have a lot of
Don't gamble, kids.
they have a lot. Do not gamble. They have a lot of humorous adverts they like to do, whether maybe the person hosting the advert is trolling themselves, etc. So Rodri, what did he do in this infamous advert?
Oh yeah, I see this.
The theme for the advert. How you ever guess what the theme was? The theme of the advert. What were they
I've seen it.
trying
So
to hit?
it's a loyalty thing.
Loyalty
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the theme of this advert.
Yeah.
And hats off to Rodri. And during this infamous advert, he says, I'm Rodri Giggs. I want to talk to you about loyalty. I don't know why it's Irish. Allow me. I've always been loyal, even to my nation. Gave the camera a little wink.
Yeah.
As a little warm-up.
Yeah.
Later on in the advert, it's where it cuts to a football commentator. He mentions the Wales manager should get sacked. Who was the Wells manager at the time?
Ryan.
Mr. Breadwinner, Ryan Giggs. The camera pans back onto Rodri.
Yeah.
Gives the camera a little wink, a little smirk.
Yeah.
You know what he's thinking.
Yeah,
man.
100%.
You want to get rid of Ryan Giggs? He's all for it. He'll become manager. In the final cut of the advert, Rodri is doing some boxing with his coach. His coach shouts, "Come on, Rodri. Think of someone that gets you angry." Camera pans back onto Rodri. "No one gets me angry." A little wry smile and a little wink to go along with it. So fair play to him. He made the best out of a horrible situation.
Horrible situation.
You can't even call it bad. It's
Yeah.
disastrous.
Yeah, bro.
It's turmoil. You
It's
do
not a
not come back.
cousin, it's not a friend.
Your brother.
This is your blood brother.
And what hurts me the most is 8 long years.
They're both at fault.
Who?
Both gigs is at fault.
Why is Rodri at fault?
Because 8 years. 8 years, you didn't think anything of it. 8 years. I'm gonna lie to you, after a couple of times, I'll turn around to my missus and I'll be like, "Why are you always at my brother's house, bro?" I'll ask the question, bro.
I guess Rodri thinks that's my brother. He loves me. He's loyal. Going back to the theme of the advert.
It's mad.
It's a heartbreaker.
That is a
But it doesn't
heartbreaker.
quite make number one.
That's insane.
Number one on the list.
Yes.
The infamous O.J. Simpson case. For people that don't know, O.J. Simpson was a former NFL athlete, a prominent figure in the NFL, one of the stars, made a ton of money. But as I said, money changes people. Money brings the worst out of people. And O.J. Simpson is no different. In 1995, O.J. was accused for murdering his then wife, Nicole, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. On June 12, 1994, Nicole and Ronald were found murdered outside Nicole's home in LA. Los Angeles for you nitwits. O.J. Simpson was accused of both murders and went to trial in what became the trial of the century. So at the time, what they were accusing was you've seen your wife at the time and your best friend, so that was his best friend as well, Ronald, cheated, having an affair behind your back. So allegedly what the court would bring up was you went to the home and you killed them both.
That's insane.
This is where it gets crazy. The trial lasted for months. OJ had a high-profile team backing him. Notably, one of his lawyers was the famous Robert Kardashian, father of Kim Kardashian. Trial split the world, and it somewhat aided the growing divide between white and black America. And I'm not exaggerating here. There were halls of white people, assemblies of white people in buildings where everyone's watching the TV, waiting for the verdict. So you have all these white people together, and it's literally, it was segregation at one point. All the black people in their own building, all together celebrating, cheering on for OJ. So everyone picked sides yet again. An infamous moment from the case was when OJ was forced to try on a glove which matched the same glove the killer had on. I don't know if you've ever seen this footage.
No.
There's a white glove he's forced to put on, and it doesn't quite fit. And they literally say the glove does not fit. That's when you hear that saying. I think it's where it came from.
Yeah.
He's showing it to the trial, to the jury. Look, it doesn't fit. He's trying his best, but apparently it just didn't fit. Later down the line, years down the line, scientists have come out to say he may have taken certain medication to swell up his hands.
Don't take the piss.
Things are possible where you can get your body puffs up a bit, and those little minuscule inches in that glove could have made all the difference between him being found guilty and not guilty. He was found not guilty of the murder.
Yeah.
He was acquitted of all criminal charges at the time. However, in 1997, O.J. Simpson was found liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman, and was ordered to pay a substantial amount to their families. Yet again, back to the moolah.
Of course. Don't care about the people. Just give us money.
Just give us the money, we're good to go. The trial of the century later had its own very own Netflix documentary, with people accusing OJ of finding both Nicole and Ronald sleeping together. OJ later released a book titled, If I Did It. I repeat, OJ Simpson years later released a book titled, If I Did It.
Yeah.
The book was a hypothetical account of how OJ Simpson would have gone about killing the two people at the time. The book was later banned from being sold by the family of Ronald Goldman, with the family later re-releasing the book, calling it If I Did It, Confessions of a Serial Killer.
Raw.
So they basically took a spin on it. They realized that the O.J. Simpson family were trying to earn money from the two murders by releasing this book, this controversial book.
They said, no.
They said, no, we're gonna. They made all the injunctions. Ryan Giggs, you should have taken note at the time.
Should have got Robert Kardashian.
Should have got Robert Kardashian on the side.
Yeah.
And what happened was they said, no, listen, this book is coming off the shelves.
Yeah.
And years later, they rewrote individual parts to not manipulate it, but frame it in a way to show that he is the actual killer and there's no hypothetical around it.
And they never took that off the shelf.
No, that went on to make millions. So how can you be acquitted of two murders, a public trial, one of the biggest trials in American history,
Yeah.
years later to then release a book saying, if I did it?
Yeah.
You have got to think you are just untouchable.
It's like the same guy who killed Tupac. He
Oh,
come out with the
literally, it's
interview. It's
something
exactly similar to that.
Keefy D came
yeah,
out, wrote
yeah.
books about how he passed the gun to the killer,
Yeah.
who the latest person who shot Tupac. Now OJ's come out with a book, If I Did It.
Yeah.
And he literally details how by the way,
Murder went.
it was killed by a gun. So he's gone into detail explaining how they were shot, where they were shot, how he would have
He
disposed of the
self-snitched.
bodies. He self-snitched, but
If I did it.
hypothetically, if I did it. But OJ, just stay low P, man. You're not even my brother. Just stay low P, man. I don't want to be associated with you. So number 1 is OJ Simpson. To wrap it up very quickly.
Yes.
So coming at number 5 for top sporting scandals was figure skating scandal that involved Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 4 was Tiger Woods' cheating scandal. Number 3 is without doubt one of the strangest stories we've ever presented here on Class of 93. Mario Cardi and his enthusiasm for his best friend's wife and family.
Yeah, you got to be a psycho.
Number 2 on the list was the infamous Ryan Giggs cheating scandal with his brother for 8 long years. Unbelievable. And coming in at number 1, and surely one of the greatest scandals of all time, the OJ Simpson trial. If I did it.
If I did it. If I did it.
And on that note, people, we're going to love and leave you for this episode. We're presenting something different here. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next week.